Welcome back, tyrants and newcomers. I'd like to apologize to Ace Attorney. Case 2 final trial begins today, and I can't wait to see what happens.
This is it. The big day. Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so.
Oh, what time did you wake up?
3 a.m.
That's only 2 hours, Apollo.
Very good, Trucy. You can count numbers.
But at least you have me. And the amazing Mr. Hat.
No, make it go away. I'm too sleep deprived.
He is looking at you, kid.
Obligatory missing question mark line. That voice.
Hey, get any sleep?
Mr. Wright.
I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow, that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun.
Daddy! Do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today?
Take a guess.
Dr. Hickfield.
How about Little Plum?
Haha, that Sherman tank of a mom? Nope, guess again.
Who's Sherman? Someone I should know about?
That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy.
It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy?
Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is?
Alita Tiala, your client's fiance.
Naturally. She's going to be a witness?
Well, that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance?
You have to wonder what Gavin's up to.
Something's going down today, that much is clear.
Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there.
Ew, I hope you don't have a killer in your panties.
Did someone say panties?
Shut up, stickler.
June the 17th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Wocky Kitaki. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution is warmed up and it's a sold-out house.
Very well, to recap. While yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party,
Guilty of panty snatching.
we did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant.
Correct, Judge. And today I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside.
The outside?
The acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed.
His betrothed?
His fiancée, Judge. His partner for life. With no chance for parole.
Oh, for freak's sake, Judge, it's not that old-fashioned of a term. Very well, you may show the, lucky lady to the stand, and keep all the betrothed out of the courtroom, for God's sake.
Your name and occupation, Fräulein?
Alita Tiala, my occupation is future wife.
Ah, traditional values. I respect that. The beard is conservative. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded, underwater. That's high standards for you people. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution? Yeah, you didn't want to testify, but you couldn't hide the truth. I see how it is, Miss Tiala. Always gotta be the honest one. Honesty, another admirable trait.
Fräulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Wocky Kitaki confessed his plans? His plans for murder?
Yes.
The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Wocky's plan.
It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Wocky found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. "I'll teach him," he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't know how anyone but Wocky could have done it.
So, the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then.
Yes. With regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms.
And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it?
Fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes. This has been proven.
How can you prove something like that?
Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them called rifling marks.
Rifling marks?
Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint left on every bullet it fires.
And when did you first hear about Wocky's plan?
It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Wocky's plan. Alright, the day that the family health checkup results came back, when Wocky found out Maractus lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him. He took one of the family's pistols. Let's press. So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house?
Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Wocky's a special case, being next in line.
Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah?
Well, maybe he's a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and a chocolate gravestone.
Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger. The point here being that Wocky had access to a pistol. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone with Wocky could have done it. Why don't we press that? How can you say that for certain? How?
Objection. Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fräulein. It was the defendant, Wocky was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So, how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Could someone else have used that pistol? Heck yes! Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol.
What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Da-da-da-da. 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 Da-da! Alita Tiala! Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Tiala.
Me? But why?
You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning.
Objection. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiance and killed the man in cold blood on his behalf? I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this...
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure, and conservative values and yada yada yada. But I think I would hesitate at murder. I'd hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim? We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé.
That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here?
You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe.
I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. And that would be Wocky's chart. Ta-da! That looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiala, whatever, why is your name on the chart? Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala?
I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice.
And there it is. Her true colors are coming out, folks. Our warm little fiance just froze over.
I was on staff at the clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't. Now.
Now?
I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess. You're the kind of guy who can't trust until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right?
That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the one time.
Objection!
There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in the court of law.
Doesn't fly.
She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. And that evidence would be these sandals. These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they?
Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals.
So sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you.
What's with you? I thought you were on my side.
Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all.
Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Wocky back on the straight and narrow.
This court thinks you need to worry less about Wocky and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder.
Well, there's little point in denying it.
Very well. The witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day? Maractus Clinic.
I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I had to warn him. After all, I knew Wocky had the pistol. The doctor was always a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend.
By mistake, you mean? The mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation?
He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know?
That does make sense.
Yes, but there's still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home.
I would have worn those sandals home too, because the beard is fashionable.
So, why were the sandals left behind? And yes, the beard is quite fashionable.
He pointed out the contradiction before me.
There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Talia? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake.
Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin.
Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Yeah, forehead?
Ah, what the? No fair! He's filling the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Maractus Clinic. Did go to the clinic my first time in a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Wocky had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. Bullcrap! Because this chart was found in the safe. This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office.
Yes.
Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away.
Bad, Doctor.
And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means that you knew about Wocky's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it?
You're bold for a novice. I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents.
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney.
Whoa! Drugs! Ah! My bracelet's reacting again!
What is it, Apollo?
I felt my bracelet vibrate just now.
Your bracelet?
Just like yesterday, like you said.
But I can't see anything, Apollo.
Eh? Then what's my bracelet reacting to?
Wait, maybe. Yes, that has to be it.
What has to be it?
Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine.
Huh?
I can't see it, but you can sense it.
I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything.
Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak spot somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony, but we don't know what her nervous habit is.
Well, then what do we do?
You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses.
And your acid! Then it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Touching is good. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Why would I go to the clinic now for a half-year-old chart? Because... Oh, by the way, guys, I scouted ahead quite a bit so I wouldn't be fumbling around. That's why I remember all this. Because you are playing with your ring. This is a hard one, guys, so... Yeah, she's playing with a ring. Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was quite clear, Miss Tiala, you have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb and to fiddle with your ring.
What?
She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat.
That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it.
Indeed.
Eh?
Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow, with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. Wocky's checkup report. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this?
Oh, nothing. Why should I think of anything?
Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew what Wocky's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. That's all, Your Honor. Whoa. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying?
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seemed.
That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed, a bit too deep. If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala?
You guessed it.
Order! Order! I did it! I broke her testimony!
Amazing, Apollo! I didn't see it at all! Daddy was right about you!
Wait!
Miss Tiala!
It's true. That chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Wocky and went home.
It appears this cross-examination is far from over.
What?
She hid the truth from us, this is clear. Yet, it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Ah, I was so close.
You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo.
Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. Bullcrap, because we had this bullet. Motherfreaker! You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this.
What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kind of like...
Your face!
This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Objection. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic.
Objection! Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe.
I guess the police didn't check that far.
Objection! But there is a problem. How can you say that the bullet was fired on that day?
Objection!
You didn't even let me finish.
Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from this Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder.
Not bad, forehead.
Objection! Oh, wait. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. "30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Wow. It seems as though the bullet is in the safe which fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state that position? The bullet in the safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in the office on that day, and at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe, which contained the top-secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Wocky Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him, and when then the bullet finally reached its destination? What?
That reminds me. Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in awful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious! So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune?
Objection!
What? Ah!
You keep talking trash about my Alita.
Wocky, go away! Nobody wants to see you.
Man, I'll sue you, lawyer man.
Huh? Me?
You said you'd abuse my Alita.
I think you mean accuse?
Same difference. Well, you can't have her, she's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor, me. He led me to die, so I let him die too there in that park.
Wocky! Just cool down a second.
You keep your hands on my Alita, or
Miss Tiala?
I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've laughed so hard.
Something funny?
Wocky, wake up and smell reality.
Alita, baby?
The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself.
Alita.
Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fräulein.
Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway.
So, the family fortune is what you're really after.
That's right. I wanted the money.
No way, that's whack. I ain't trying to hear that.
Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
I believe that you said you were going to abuse me.
Accused.
Of what crime, might I ask?
Huh?
Oh, I'm a bad girl. Sure, I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired into the safe after I'd already left the clinic.
What?
I would never do such a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat.
Wait, but...
What are you talking about?
Trucy!
You had the most to lose if that shirt was found.
But I didn't have a pistol, now did I?
Well, you could have taken Wocky's.
You think that he would have mentioned that? No. All I've heard him say is, "It was me. I shot him."
Objection! That's only because he's trying to protect you.
Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point.
What point?
Certainly the Fräulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then... wouldn't she have taken the chart?
Dun dun dun. The trial continues. Next episode.